Which watch is which Huawei watch? This time around, we have the Huawei Watch GT. Stay in for the full review. Smartwatches have, for quite some time, been that one thing that everybody wanted to have. How cool was it to read your messages and other notifications from your wrist? Now that we have them, we know that the notifications are not the only thing to them. This time around, we bring you a smartwatch by Huawei, Huawei GT. This company has recently released some exceptional tech, and we were really excited to see what they have packed inside the wearable. Before we start, let's see what Huawei has placed inside the factory box of this watch. There's the watch itself, a charging pad, a USB Type-C charging cable, and some user manuals. Our version of the GT came in saddle brown color, but also available are graphite black, glacier gray, and fluorescent green. Let's now take a closer look at what this watch is all about. Right at the beginning, we must say that we love the panel of this watch. It is plenty large for a wearable at 1.39 inches. Also, it's an Amoled display with the resolution of 454 by 454 pixels, so looking at the watch is a really nice experience. This is obviously an interactive touchscreen, and it is good enough to navigate around the watch. Customization options are, however, limited. We must say that this has left us disappointed, especially after Huawei's Mate 20 Pro. We expected the company to follow the same path and deliver something truly outstanding, but that was not the case. Let's go back to customizability. You can't really import third-party watch faces into the GT. There's only an option to choose between presets, and unfortunately, there's not too many of them. A grand total of 13. They look nice, and they are far from bad. It's just that there's not too many of them, and you can't really use your smartwatch as you would. We must say that the AMOLED display has great brightness, and even at direct sunlight, the screen is legible and nicely lit. The display also has adaptive brightness, and it won't stay super bright forever, and overall it's very pleasant to look at. While we're looking at the display, for the most time it's completely dark. Tilt wrist to wake works great, so when you wish to check the time, you simply have to look at your watch to light the display up. There's an option to make the display always on, but it depletes the battery much faster that way. Let's start with hardware and build quality of the watch itself. It looks and feels really nice. It is made of stainless steel with a ceramic bezel design, so it's sturdy and honestly it feels good, solid. On the other hand, it's very light despite the materials. It weighs in at only 46 grams, and you won't even notice that you're wearing it. The watch really is nice, but we did have a problem with the strap. It's made of silicone and has forked letters stitched on the outer part. It's not bad by any means. It's just that we don't like it and would either prefer an all stainless steel or an all leather band. The band is well made, and we believe that it can last for quite some time. The watch has two buttons on the right, through which you can access many different settings. When you press on the bottom button, Workout Tracker pops up, where you can track your workouts extensively. You can fully track outdoor and indoor runs, outdoor walks, climbs, trail runs, outdoor and indoor cycling, pool and open water swims, etc. All this makes the GT a truly great fitness tracker. The top button lets you access workout records and status, activity and sleep records, real-time heart rate monitor, barometer, compass, weather information, and basically all other functions of the watch. Take a closer look at what we just said. Let us be honest now. This watch seems to be just a glorified fitness tracker. Yes, it looks and feels nice and it does its tracking well, but that's the only thing. And for this price, it simply does too little. Let's now speak about the software. Huawei decided to place their own LightOS operating system on their GT and completely disregard the fact that they could have used Google's much more advanced Wear OS. This is a major thing because the Huawei GT doesn't have the access to all the bells and whistles it could have. There's no additional apps, no Play Store, and no watch faces other than the ones pre-installed. Do you see what we meant by glorified fitness tracker now? All in all, the watch does its job well. It's just that its job isn't what's supposed to be, nor what you would expect a smartwatch to do. This watch connects to your phone through Bluetooth. Connection and pairing process is rather straightforward. It's easy to set everything up. However, you need to install two Huawei's applications, Huawei Mobile Services and Huawei Health. That is, if you're not already using a Huawei phone, in order to use this watch. That's only a minor inconvenience and honestly not a big deal. Here we have to say that we've had some weird things happening to us. Notifications are there, they're almost instantly appearing on the watch, but the issue is that they for some reason multiply. For the same message, for example, you end up getting 5, 6 or 7 of the same notifications. It's not that easy nor practical to scroll through all of them trying to see if maybe another notification has snuck in, and we find ourselves more often than not checking the phone anyway for the notifications. Another issue that we have with it is that when you're receiving the call, you can't really see who's calling. No names or numbers show up on the screen, and you only get notified that someone is calling. Only after it stops ringing, you see who called you, but at that point, it's simply too late. Overall, here we're left with mixed feelings. It all works, kind of, not really as we'd like it to, but it is what it is, and probably Huawei intended it to work exactly like this. This is probably the best thing about this watch. The battery lasts, and lasts. And it lasts to the point where you forget when the last time you charged it was. Out of the box, and without a single charge, our unit lasted for 7 days of normal use with heart rate monitoring on. The manufacturer specified that the watch is able to last 2 weeks in this mode, but up to 30 days with heart rate monitoring off. This is truly excellent, and compared to some other smartwatches that need to be charged nightly, this one you'll forget about having to charge ever. This is possible due to a 420 mAh battery and a very economic Amoled display. The watch charges through a special magnetic pad that you get in the factory box, and charging it overnight once a month shouldn't be an issue at all. Huawei GT is a good smartwatch if you just need it to show time and track an occasional exercise. If you want a watch to be customizable and for you to be able to change the watch face every once in a while, it's still good. Only 13 watch faces is not that many, but it's enough. Notifications, as we've already said, work, albeit maybe too good, and it's all really just fine. The issue we have here is the price. Huawei Watch GT is by no means a cheap smartwatch, as it costs around 200 euros, and for that price we believe that we should at least get a watch with access to the Play Store.
Well, it's time for me to ask you, how do you like this watch? We'd like to hear your opinion in the comment section below. If you have any suggestions or you would like any other device be reviewed, let us know either here or on our Facebook page. If you like this review, leave a thumbs up. Follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Sit back and relax as we're working hard on new material for you.